Hello YouTube, how's everyone going? Spot, do fish breathe? Well, I think that's a reply to our title is 1556 Still Fighting. Well, we're gonna go and check it out in a bit, but I haven't logged in a while. So let me just check my important mails first. So the most important mail, I'm not gonna translate it, but you can tell what it is. So this is the MGE placement. So we are outside KvK. So looks like we got a LADUS. I'm pretty sure it's LADUS. It's me. So we got a third place with 28 million. Okay, I got to train some, I guess. So that's for the, what's it called? Henry MG, and there's a lot of fines that we gotta pay if we don't follow. So that's the summary of it. And what is this for? This I gotta translate. I can't tick. 1430 Alliance quiz. Yes, we want to be part of Alliance quiz. Dark Q8. Hi, hey man, how are you going? Is water wet? Well, Jaden, we're getting a lot of answers to my title, as in our title, whether 1556 is still fighting. Now, I'm just gonna quickly send my farmers out because it's a waste if I'm not farming whilst we're streaming. This is just gonna take a sec. So I guess you guys have been following the KvK and you guys saw there's still fight going on in that KvK. I checked in the morning and I wanted to see overnight if 1254 made a lot of progress. Now, not a lot, but they did make decent progress. So based on where we left that KvK yesterday, it has gone a bit more in favor of 1254, I think. Now, that was a given, but what we want to know is, does 1556 still have some in the tank? Now, before going into the 1556 KvK, I just wanted to quickly show you guys the 1365 KvK and 1860 KvK. Now, those things are not going to take too long, but we're just going to quickly have a look. Jaden, 56 haven't given up just yet. Okay, well, that's good. We got action then. Now, the 1365 KvK, the thing I wanted to show you guys here is the awkwardness. Now, you know how we kind of talk about, why Kingdoms does, deploy the way they do or, whatever. Now, this is the most random example of it. So speaking of the random list, just look at the minimap up top. So you got 1365 in blue with 4 camps. You got 1846 in red with 3 camps, but there's a white camp. Now, WTF to that. Like, a camp actually chose not to ally with anyone, and they're playing like they're not allied with anyone. So I just wanted to show you guys what they have been up to. So that involves Kingdom. By the way, I'm not judging or anything. I'm just showing you guys the awkwardness. So that kingdom includes 2255 and who is the 78 people? I want to check who the 78 people are. These guys. 2378. So these two guys as in these two kingdoms, they didn't go south because south means fighting 1846 and no one fights 1846. So they chose to go up top. They're not going for the passes. So it's not like they're locked in here. So it's not like they're trying to go to the next zone or anything. The only thing they want to do is secure that high run. Now, I'm not in Diplo, not in leadership, don't know the background, no idea what's happening. But these two kingdoms, they decided, well, our camp, we are not allied with anyone. We are going to go for that high run. That's our KvK. That's it. And they actually done a decent job. They wrapped up one pass and they put fortresses around the high run and they're holding it. Ruthless, yo, hey man, good to have you here. And it's not like they're not fighting. They're actually decently fighting. So look at that 78 flag going in. See? They're fighting, and they have been fighting for like days now, for 5 days I want to say. So 1365 didn't have much action, 1846 didn't have any action, but these guys, not without being allied to anyone, they're fighting well. Jaden, but their forts are almost burned, so 254 can start moving forward again. Yep, that sounds likely. Do fish breathe underwater? Well, yeah, they kind of do. Gusty, White Camp gonna win the KvK. White Camp is winning the KvK already because they're having the most fun, guys. So forget about the Ziggurat, forget about Kingsland. 1365 not having fun because they're not fighting. 1846 not having fun because they're not fighting. Guess who is having the fun? Water Camp. And 42, it's not like 42 as in the other camp or kingdom coming down from up top. It's not like they didn't fight, and I actually think they fought and they realized that, well, I'm fighting a random person in the KvK, so I'm not gonna put that much effort. I'm just gonna secure the sides because that's what matters, and conserve, speed up troops, whatever, for fighting 1365. So they're doing that, so they're not putting a full effort, but yeah, well, that's the summary from this camp. Now, what we're going to do is go to the 1860. There's nothing else to see here. I just thought I'd point it out. And we're going to go to the 1860 KvK and just see, just in case, if 1671 was it, I think, yeah, whether they have made any progress. Now, this KvK is going to be pretty good going forward. So you got 2 Imperium versus 2 Imperium. Now that's the sort of even fight that makes KvKs enjoyable till the last second usually. So we're gonna check it out a bit and then we're going to settle in the 1556 KvK. 1556 1254 KvK. Okay, so that's the minimap sorted. AA, best strategy to farm RSS. I have 3 big farms and my main, but I still always run out of RSS every K. Your thoughts on doing Attila Takeda, Pakal Herald every KvK to solve this issue? Yeah, I mean, if you have Pakal Herald, if you have Attila Takeda AA, you should always do that because that's how you get to 30M kills realistically. Okay, so in terms of the KvK involving 1860, nothing has changed in this zone, so 1860 is not coming through the right. So they have full control over the zone south. So it's not like there's any fighting going on. They have completely locked in 1021. That was the case yesterday as well. And then on this side, 1671 has locked in 1501, I want to say. So there's no drama on this side as well. So the only bit of action that we saw yesterday, which is why I thought I kind of come and check for you guys today, is 1671's progress on the left hand side. So they came out on the left hand side in Okori to fight against something 2345, and then after day 1 they went back. They had to focus fully towards their top area at Dimbokro. But then yesterday they came out, they did a fort here and they got a fort here. So I just thought I'd check it out and see whether 45 is doing a proper resistance or whether 45 is kind of conceding this. So let's look at the marches that we can see. Who is putting an effort, who has field presence. So we do see some 1671 presence here. Augmented. It's not that water not ally with 1365 don't want them and 1846 don't need them. Ah, okay. Well, man, as much as I'm in that KvK, I'm like one of those that just reads the king's mail and trusts and believes in the king. So King actually didn't go in explaining what happened with Water Camp. King actually said Water is not allied with us or 1846. So I just didn't even ask. But Augmented kind of gave us an answer. And well, that's probably the case then. Someone told me that they wanted to have a farming KvK. They didn't want to fight, but then it looks like they're fighting all day. They're fighting the most, so that's where it gets confusing. Exotic. I sense that 2255 and 2378 help 1365 by draining a bit before they fight 1365. Yeah, definitely, man. So as much as, whether they wanted to be allied or not, whether someone didn't want them, whatever happened, definitely a favor to 1365, because now that camp involving 1020 is definitely a little weaker. Was it 1020? I think 1020, yeah. Oh, actually, you wrote the kingdoms, 1020 and 2342. Yep. And we definitely appreciate that, because any help that you can get when you're going to be fighting 1860 is much appreciated. But I kind of fear, though, that doesn't matter how much of a help you get from wherever you get, like it's gonna be a tough battle regardless, and probably a losing battle. So I think for whatever reason I saw too many 1034 KvKs. Oh, am I being scouted? Jack is scouting me. Hey Jack, why are you scouting me, man? So how do I do that again? So Jack just wants to be noticed and his name mentioned in the stream. That's why he kind of scouted, I guess. So we're watching something more important than Jack at the moment. A flag being swarmed, heavily swarmed, I might say. And then I'll show you who Jack is. Oh, Jack is here in chat. Hey Jack, hey man. Gusty, pass 4 open still fun for F2P low spend to fight and gap from Crystal Tech as not after next pass open. You know what? A few months ago, I would have said, yep, that's definitely the case. But then now that, rally cancelled and some people still swarmed. Hey, now you can swarm. It's a Charles. Now he saw the Charles. He's going good to go for the Charles, but then it's going to look like they did what? I'm confused. So did the flag not burn with the rally, but then later on someone took out the Zenobia? That's how it burned, or did I see it wrong? I could be wrong. I was more excited about pass 4 opening. So anyways, Gusty, with that situation nowadays, this is Jack, by the way. Jack, your kills are embarrassing. For 130 million power, you only got like 2 billion kills. For a spender, that's pretty bad, man. Pretty bad. You don't want to show yourself on Jet. I mean, you can, but I mean, by scouting, you're showing your account, which is not necessarily a good account. But anyways, that fort from 71 is repairing, which means 45 did come out. It's repairing. There's quite a lot to repair, which means 45 did come out in big numbers before. But at the moment, I don't see much of a presence from them. Now, going back to that pass open free-to-play situation. So Crystal Tech nowadays, because you got the KvK RoK event, and Lilith said that they're gonna bring forward the, what's it called? Some of the KvK difficulty levels earlier. I think I think it's gonna be a little bit better in terms of the balance. Like, you wouldn't feel like only early KvK you can fight. You hopefully get the feel that you can fight a little bit more than before. So my account in 1365, I am almost free to play. When I say almost, I buy the $5 crystal supply, and that's pretty much it. Okay guys, so we had a bit of a look at the 1860 KvK, especially the 1671 fighting, and it doesn't look like there's heavy fighting. We're just, keeping our viewers up to date with what's happening with that KvK. But then the main action, where we want to spend most of the time today, is looking at the 1556 map. Now let's get the correct mini map up first. Yep, there we go. So we got the, is that the right one? No, that's the right one. Okay, so we got the 1556 minimap up now, so that people can kind of see what's happening. Now we got a question. I'll quickly answer that question so that we're up to date with chat. Should I go Guan CPO or CPO Alex? I like Guan CPO more between the two. Okay, however, I do pair CPO Alex because I put Guan with someone else. So I do. If you are asking me between the two option, you just want me to pick one, then it's Guan CPO. Gusty, nice to hear that. Now I'm still in matchmaking. Soon gonna have KvK, but I'm worried gonna face 1960 in KvK. Now, yeah, 1960 is strong, so yeah, good luck. Okay, so what can we see compared to yesterday? So the main thing is, in this area, we see that fort there, G3, that didn't have that flag, so they extended a little bit more. These flags looks like they're, whatever it was yesterday, but then there were two VC56 forts here, now one, which means one of the forts kind of burned down. So the fort that was a little bit closer, I think, got burned down. So what difference does that make? Well, they can't rally the... Can they still rally the pass now? Can they? Nope. They can actually. No, they can't. This is the pass territory. This is where you can't teleport. So 1556 can't go for the pass anymore. So definitely progress from 1254 here. What other progress have they made? Okay, pretty decent progress in this area as well. So I think there was a whole alliance here yesterday around the same time, where we saw 1148 having a fort, some flags and all that, because they are trying to come down. So they have been pushed back. This is a separate alliance, so I'm not talking about this one. They had more presence here. So 54 has managed to push all the way there. Now 54 over here, we had a fort from 256 that was kind of burning, and that's definitely gone. So 54 has made progress here as well. And I think somewhere here there was a for 1556 fort that's gone now, that's burnt out. So yesterday, whilst we were streaming, we saw Pitch dropping that fort, and Pitch has come down. That's 2100. They have come down all the way, flagged this way. They're probably gonna go for that pass, but then there's the forts blocking that way. But I would suspect that the forts are currently burning. Yes, they are about to burn out. Now, when it comes to the 1556 area though, so they had this fort standing there yesterday. They still have that fort standing here now. This flag and that flag wasn't there yesterday. It was rather 2244 coming up this way, and it does look like 2244 has been pushed back out of this area, and it's all 54 now. But 2244 does have a presence here, so they can't actually double rally that fort anymore, but they can probably put pressure on this flag. But it doesn't look like 2244 is quite active at the moment. Okay, now I know we saw a lot of marches, and yes, that's the area where we're gonna go back to, but I just want to go around the map first so that we are all up to date. Your father, yo, what's up, Ladus? Hey man, how are you going? Gusty, 1556 perform much better again 254 rather than their last KvK. They just a little bit not lucky because seems like 254 got better ally rather than 1556. Gusty, yes, I think I agree with your assessment. Now, last KvK between 1556, not 1556 and 1254. Definitely 1254 looked a lot more powerful because that's the KvK where 1254 had a lot of migration come in. But this time around, I think after the last KvK, I think 1556 got more migrants come in compared to 1254, I think, because their power gap is a lot less. So I think when we were checking the power before the start of any fighting, 1254 based on the power they have on the KvK map. So I'm not talking about Imperium power. I'm talking about just adding up all the alliance powers, all the alliances that are in the KvK map for 1254 and 1556. At that stage, it did look like 1254 still has a slight advantage of 3 billion power. But then that 3 billion is nothing when you're talking about 2 Imperium KDs. So they're roughly equally matched power-wise and activity-wise, I would say so as well. Obviously, 54 looks like they're gonna win. They're supposed to win, and that's to do with a lot to do with how the deploy and alliance and all that went. So we're looking at 1446. Yesterday we thought 1446 had a good chance to come and drop a fort. Now I don't know whether they did it later on, but whilst we were streaming they didn't, and it doesn't look like there is any presence from them outside their, a little bit outside their pass. So they did put a fort. Now the fort is burning, their flag is burning out as well, and there are some good presence actually. These are good power players, some of them at least, from 1254 that are keeping 1446 in check. So yes, they did try to come out a little bit, but it doesn't look like, you know, it was successful. A lot of these accounts belong to the same person, apparently. Rodolph, 1254 are less in power but more in courage. They're more in power. I think I checked the power myself, so definitely they're more in power, but I'm not too sure where the more in courage kind of comes from, as in they did take easier allies like 3 Imperium versus 1, so I'm not too sure where the courage thing comes in. Zen Lukacek, 1556 got TN and KM, 2 new alliances in. Yep, TN and KM, those 2 alliances definitely boosted 1556 quite a bit, which is probably why they're similar power now, and they're I guess fighting beyond at least my expectation. So I would have thought that they would have been wrapped up by now, but they haven't been. Speaking of wrapped up, look at this pass 6 area. So 1228 has managed to push in beyond the pass. There was a fortress there they managed to burn. For whatever reason, 1256 didn't have enough presence here. They just didn't have enough cities even yesterday. Even now they don't. So I'm not too sure whether 1556 has called it a day, because all I see is 1254. They put a flag in on the other side and they're burning more flags, and they have a very good field presence. 1228 played pretty strong. Now 1256 has tried to come out this way a bit. I mean, they do have some marches, but I think they are more around holding the fort rather than you know, trying to push back 1228. So 1228 definitely has an upper hand here. Now it's not 1228 alone. There was a little bit of a support. I don't know how much support, but we do see a 1254 fort here. So 1254 definitely played it smart. They did send some presence here. Now 1148, I don't know how much they did in the top area with 1556, but over here, not that much of a presence. Asian KD it's a good time in Asia now to be fighting, and I don't see a lot of presence. So they probably did fight the last few days, and you know, I don't know, but I actually haven't seen them fight too much ever. Compared to that, 1228 did very good. Now I think we have gone through the map. We kind of know what's happening everywhere. Now we need a nice little spot where we can kind of focus on the action. This looks like a good, decent spot. So what have we got going on there? We got a rally from SAS. We got a lot of 56 marches around. And do we have resistance from 2244? 2244, I think that's just field fighting on the right hand side, but the main fighting is going on here. And we do see some, well, we saw 1 or 2 marches from 2244, but not necessarily a big presence, I would say. Augmented, yep, 1556 got power, but 1254 have the courage. Their 100 men below players fight, while 1556 below 100M farms. Only the top players of 1556 can seen most of the time. So that's a comment that we see coming in quite a bit, actually, to be honest. So yesterday we saw that as well. So I'm not too sure these comments are coming from 1556 or outside, but then I mean, if we have a fixed comment, I'm sure there's some validity to it. So everyone's kind of trying to say that 1556 needs some non-well mid-power strong fighters that can kind of fight on for days. So we see the bigger names fighting all the time. So the bigger names are pulling a lot of weight. Now, I do see a lot of marches here. To be honest, without being in the KD, kind of hard for me to comment whether, you know, a certain power bracket has been fighting a lot or not. Thor 1556 had 4.32 billion power, more than 1254, but some 1556 players doesn't belong, they are just dead weight. Thor, so if you're talking about Imperium power, that could be the case, but as I said, the day everyone landed on the KvK map, I actually did a alliance power calculation. So it goes like this: you click on that, and then you go into coalition, and then you add up all the coalition powers. So that actually said to me that 1254 had slightly more power. But if you're talking about 4 billion power up or 3 billion power low, I don't think that makes a big difference. Ladus, what kingdom are you now? Well, Jack answered that Ladus is in 1348 at the moment. Let me show you the alliance as well. Now, I don't show alliance there, I show alliance here. So this is the alliance in question. So this is where I'm playing now. So this is where I actually played most of my Rise of Kingdoms gameplay. This used to be a fixed B seed kingdom. For whatever reason, we kind of lost track of our power, and now it's a A seed. I'm kind of hoping we do go back to B seed, but anyways, this is what it is. But then with my alt, I travel around quite a lot, and that alt has found a permanent place, which is 1365. Okay, so I think after that flag got burned. Why is that repairing? That's not touching anything. Accidental? Here coming from up top. Okay, we are definitely going to see some action here. So we can see 1254 flagging this way. So they can kind of surround 56 and they can go upwards as well. So they can definitely take on the offensive. So at the moment, it doesn't look like there's a lot of presence from 1254 though. But that's understandable because as people pointed out, 1254 doesn't actually have an Asian time zone focused alliance, so their activity kind of starts when we stop streaming. So if you're kind of getting the idea from our stream, if you're in Asian time zone, I guess you are, otherwise you wouldn't be in our stream. So if you get an idea for some reason that 1254 doesn't have enough numbers, you just have to watch Chizgul stream later on and then you'll see their numbers. It's just that we stream at a time when they're not as active, whereas through the VN Alliance, as in VC56, 1254 is, I mean, 1556 is quite active around this time. Now, do you guys wanna, since we saw Baba over there, do you guys wanna check whether his stats increased? It didn't increase as much. It's very slightly increased since yesterday. So yesterday, after we stopped streaming, he didn't get a lot of... Oh, that's Good Father. Sorry, that's not Baba. Sorry, my bad. Good Father, his stats didn't increase too much either. So he had 3. I think this number was either a 1 or a 2. So it increased a little bit, but compared to how fast it increases, it hasn't increased as much. Now let's check Baba. Baba's skill point, I'm pretty sure, has increased quite a bit, because Baba yesterday was similar to this guy here, Saz. Now Saz is 23. Baba yesterday was, I think, 24 or something. Did he get 2 million kills in a day? 2 billion kills? Nah, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Surely he didn't get that many. I must have read it wrong somehow. We got a new subscriber. Rubik's Cuban, GGWP. Hey man, welcome to the chat. And welcome to our channel. Now, do we have 4 around here as well? Then we can kind of check his stats and see how far he's going. Well, 4 is probably not here. I think 4 would be busy defending that VC56 fort, right? Let's go and have a look. He should be here. Another subscriber, Ali Irfan. Ali, welcome to the chat. Akmal 56 has Baba, which is actually dead weight, because he will never gonna lose more than 500 million power. I mean, whilst I agree with Baba won't lose more than 500 million power, but would you really want anyone to lose more than 500 million power, man? So rest of us, if we lose, say, 20 million, 30 million, 40 million, normal people, then people like Baba and Good Father, if they lose like 100 million or even 150, Good Father probably lost like 200 mil. So isn't that like a commitment enough for them? So I don't know. So the 1 billion power that he has, he didn't do it by farming. He did it by spending a lot of money. Why would he give up that in 1 KvK? And then the other thing I'm going to mention is, so his massive power doesn't count towards the Imperium calculation, right? So it only counts as 150. So it's not like he's negatively impacting whichever KD he is in a way, if you think. Thor. And about 1556, it's just a mentality thing. About 1254, they just didn't fight like they did with 2100 and 2244. Ooh. I would say it's a bit more than that. I think with already fighting 2100, 2244. I mean, look at 2244, still Imperium, but do you see a lot of presence from there? Since 1254 came in, I'm sure 1254 is pulling most of the weight, right? So, like when a couple KDs fought for days and days and days, I'm sure all of them are rather depleted, I guess. Loco, good evening, Ladus. Loco, good evening to you. Newbie, 556 has more power because of their number of whales and one of their 400 mil migrated out of mid KvK. Power doesn't always mean activity. Yeah, but then, guys, I kind of calculated the power myself at the start, like manually calculated, not off a, what's it called, stats website. So again, I'm not talking about Imperium power, I'm talking about total power, and they were pretty similar. But I don't think there's any issues with power or anything here, right? Like, I mean, I mean, both KDs have, when they fought, both KDs fought pretty well. So I don't actually see any lack of activity. So whoever is saying you see a lack of activity on either side, like unless you're from 1846, you kind of can't judge 1556 and 1254 for activity. Any other KD, doesn't matter whatever KD you play in. These guys are matching 1840, almost, not exactly, but almost 1846 level activity. And 1846 is obviously the biggest, most active, most powerful, everything most. Augmented, Akmal, why are you saying Baba is dead weight? Let him do what he wants and have fun in the game. Yeah, true. I mean, I agree. And so say for example, if you look at Baba as a 1 billion power player and then multiply what you expect from a 100 million power player by 10, I know Baba is not going to deliver that, but then you shouldn't, because you should consider Baba as a 150 million power player, because Imperium matchmaking individual power, the highest is 150 million power. So say for example, a 200 million power still counts as 150. So anything over 150, that weight doesn't contribute towards anything. Now we got a rally coming in. It's a Attila Takeda, so 2244. And now this is the thing. This is a completely unsupported rally. Do you see any marches coming with it? Nope. Now how do you think that rally is gonna do here? And look at all those 56 marches. Okay, well, this is a Jadwiga. For a change, we see a Jadwiga, because this is their farm alliance, I think. Now, these guys, I'm not sure whether they can reinforce, not sure whether they're in the same coalition, but I'm pretty sure they can swarm it down, and they will. Rubik's, well played, GG. I'm from 1254. Hi. Hey, man. Congratulations, you guys are doing pretty good. Very good progress in one day. Managed to kick out 1148 from the top and pushed in 1256 quite a bit, so definitely well played. Who will win this LADUS, 256 or 254? Oh man, definitely 254. They're definitely at an advantageous position. Rubik's, we and our allies will win. Yes, good call. So you're not saying you're gonna win, you and your allies. That's the best way to do it. So the coalition, I mean not coalition, the alliance, the red team, as per our thing on top, the red alliance will surely win this. Alamin, no, I mean that much power could actually bring 5 people that have the same activity rather than one account. No, so that's what I was trying to say, Akmal. So say for example, if you bring Baba in, it's not like you're taking 5 other people's places. So if you bring Baba in, then Rise of Kingdoms, how they do their matchmaking and whatever, they don't count that power. The highest power they're counting is 150. So that's 150 mil in Rise of Kingdom's eyes. So technically you can say that Baba is taking up 270 million power players' place in a way. So it's not like he's taking up 5 players' place or something along those lines. And Baba can bring only 7 marches. Yep. So if you didn't get Baba in, instead you could get 270 million powers and you'd get 15 or 14 marches out. But 14 marches of average players may struggle to take down Baba's 7 marches, I think, based on how OP the equipments are gonna be. And I'm saying average player. I'm not saying like, compare it with another big player. I'm saying average players, an average 70 million player. Monarch 93 has so many ATM max tech players, not all KD except high power players. Yep, that's a very good strategy, Monarch. So 93, however, they went for their immigration policy. So in general, under 100. So ideally, Actually, you know what? Speaking of ideally, 1v is the ideal. So most of the players they have in the 1v alliance. So out of the 150 or how many players they have, at least 100 of them max tech. But only 30 or so are more than, I guess, 150 million power. But then rest of them, they maintain that lower power. So migration policy wise, what Monarch is saying about 93, if you can limit the power at 80, then that's good. And then that doesn't mean there's no place for free-to-play players or anything, or casual players. So say for example, M's account, my daughter's account, that's not a free-to-play account. That's a low spender account, but still it's not free-to-play. But the way to put it, it's a casual account. So if I want to take M's account to 1365 or 1556 or wherever the power calculation kind of comes in, I'm just going to make sure that she's under 70 mil. So end of KvK, if she naturally goes under 70 mil, great. If she doesn't, then I'm going to tell her to kill off some siege or even T4 or whatever, just so that it's never over 70, and that way you're not impacting matchmaking of the KD or Imperium status of the KD. So guys, the action today is definitely lower than what we saw yesterday, and that's again natural. So as we progress towards the end of this KvK, action will be much lower. Now I'm not saying either one of them is, I'm not saying 1556 is dead already, but then depleted, of course. Scion, field presence and gutsy gameplay may decide KvK win. Yeah, activity. So if you have a lot of players that decides to show up, then yeah, definitely. Vince, I sure hope 2244 is saving their troops for Kingsland. They will not doing much in this zone. Yeah, they're probably, the thing is, like, if you think about it, like, is Kingsland necessary anymore? So this opens in 2 days. I'm sure that if 1556 really tries, they can put like another layer of forts and kind of try to hold this or even go through that, and they can still, or actually this zone is probably rather safer, so they can kind of go into Kingsland. But then with the same kingdoms, if you're not winning this zone, if you're under that much pressure in this zone, what's Kingsland? This is pretty much the Kingsland fight that you're watching. But 2244 still Imperium, so I don't know. They can still maybe fight a bit, maybe, I don't know. Akmal, but let's say they can bring a player that have some powerful marches as Baba. Isn't that better? So anyone that has let's say that anyone that has Baba's level of equipment and commanders, most likely they're going to be high powered as well, right? So when you're buying the bundles, it's not just you're getting the equipment. Generally speaking, you're going to get speed ups and whatever, and you would be powering up. So anyone that can spend that much wouldn't stick to a 70 million power, I guess. So I think in general, what I'm trying to say is we shouldn't judge him for his higher level power, because Rise of Kingdoms did that thing where they read this as 150. So if you're asking me, like, would I have Baba or 270 million power players, because that's all you can get. If he didn't come in, you can get 270 million players. I would rather get Baba than 270 million players. However, as everyone was saying, that ideal power level somewhere between 80 to 100, but very active, and they power up to 100, and after KvK they come down to 70. When they get their troops back, it's back to 80, but then still spend on crystal tech. That's like the ideal player that everyone wants. And you know what, to be honest, that's the player that I want to be as well. So my kill's not that high especially if you take the power into consideration. So if I do end up going into an Imperium KD, whether that be 1365 or 1556, whichever one I go to, over 3 KvKs, I want that number to be lowered to 80 to 90. Within 3 KvKs, I want to become like an 80 million player, and then by the time I will have more kills and it's gonna look so impressive, right? And that way I'm not like a burden to a KD, I guess, if you want to put it that way. And I've been kind of thinking about, like, at the moment, because I'm in a B seed kingdom, obviously I act as a rally leader. I don't have the best equipment. I got decent equipment and I can still play as a rally leader. But then if I go into 1365 or 1556, then I wouldn't be able to be a rally leader, and I would appreciate that, and then I don't have to spend as much or worry about as much about equipments. All I have to spend on is crystal tech. And crystal tech spending isn't that pressure compared to what you have to do to maintain your equipment, I guess. Okay, so that flag is up. Now it's gonna be the question of, you did this flag obviously with the intention of doing a flag here, right? No? Yeah, they're gonna, I think, more so than coming down on 56, because they're touching 56 here already, so I don't know how much that will achieve. Probably they would want to go this way, so we may see a flag here. Intentionally, they may avoid touching this flag, but I'm surprised how 56 doesn't have any numbers here. Like, that's not a big ball. That doesn't look as scary. I'm sure it'll get scary a few hours later, but at the moment it doesn't look as scary. Now, where are all these tier bros going? They're going somewhere here. Why? Is there like a lot of action here? Ooh, there is action here. So that TN fort is under pressure. So this was under pressure. This is not under pressure now. The pressure is on the TN fort here. So there, close to the pass. And in terms of the marches, so in this area, all we see is 56, right? I see a few TN marches here and there, but I see a lot of leave. So the big ball of 56 down south, they're staying down south. It doesn't look like they're coming this way. Akmal, 7 to 8 players with a total of 1 billion power. So Akmal, I am not too sure whether I'm explaining it wrong. So it's not like you can get 7-8 players if you say kick out Baba. You get 2 players of 70 billion. So the extra power that you're looking at, that doesn't add towards matchmaking, Imperium, nothing. So Lilith doesn't count that power. So, and it's a good thing they don't, because then if Lilith did count that power, then no one would want high power players, and Lilith gets money from high power players, so that means people wouldn't power up. So that's not how it works, man. El Said, good afternoon, just joined. El Said, good to have you here, man. Patrick, Montoya is a monster in 446. We need the monsters to come out, man. 446 monsters. We thought they would do a little bit more, I guess. Patrick, one of the best known players in the past. Alright, we're gonna check his account out then. Monarch, Baba is a nice and chill guy. Played with him in 1163. Yeah, definitely. I shouldn't say definitely. I don't know him personally, never played with him. But then when I saw him on people's streams and whatever, and even Lilith interviews and whatever, he sounds like a good guy, definitely. Okay, so that fort did get burnt, and we didn't see a lot of 56 presence there.
Now 56, the numbers they have available now, all of them are here. What are they doing here? They're saving that fort. Is that all they're doing? At the moment, I think yes. And do they have a truce with 54? Looks like that's the case, because this is not under pressure. This is not under pressure. Now I understand from 54 side of things. Oh, we found Bunny. Easy Company Bunny, some famous names there. Actually, let's check Bunny stats. Wow. He had a lot more power. He definitely doesn't, just like Goodfather and Foe and all that, he definitely doesn't care about deaths. And his power doesn't go over 200 nowadays anymore. And then I actually saw him come down close to 70 once as well, I think. Anyways, 22.8, almost 23 billion kill points. He doesn't care about achievements. He only got one achievement there. He doesn't. That's the only thing that matters. I killed a lot of troops. I don't care about anything else. Well, that's a good mentality for a warrior. I would rather get 5 bunny type players and power rather than 2 Baba. Akmal. So let me just explain. So you can have either bunny or Baba at the same power level. So this is, so Lilith reads this as 150, Lilith reads Baba as 150. So basically if 1556 said, okay, we want to trade Baba out and get a player in, and one of them would be Bunny, they can get Bunny. So between Baba and Bunny, this is how simply I'm gonna put it. That's 22.8, Baba is 26. This is 191. Whilst this is very impressive, well beyond most players, and I am like no one to talk to. I shouldn't be talking about these players, but then at the same time, what's wrong with Baba's then? Like he has more, he has more kills. He got slightly less deaths, very similar, but slightly more kills. And Lilith reads both of their power as the same. So like what you're saying about Baba, it's not logical, like it doesn't make sense. I don't think you're kind of getting it. Seong, 70 mil power player may not be able to recoup after this KvK. Yeah, man, it does take a lot of time. I mean, especially around the speed ups. But speaking of the speed ups, if you're in one of these kingdoms, so let's say, for example, if you're in 1556 or in 1254, you are going to get a lot of speed ups based on all the gold chests that's gonna come from people like Baba and Goodfather and Bunny and Chizgul and all the big spenders. So you're gonna get a lot of speed ups from there. So recouping, I mean, power wise, it's not like you're gonna be able to use a lot of that to increase your power, but then at the same time, you're gonna run out of resources more than speed ups if you're playing in a Imperium KD, in a way. Jack, it sounds like Baba is not wanted in 1556. No. I don't know whether Akmal is actually in 1556, but I'm sure that whichever KD you're talking about, anyone would love to have Baba. 12 gold chests a day. He can solo defend a flag. Why wouldn't you want him? It all depends on TS and Lambao. It all depends on the mega whale. Some demand first in all MG, others unselfish. They know they only strong around. Yeah, I mean, like say for example, a mega whale in a small kingdom can kind of act like that. But again, like if you think about Bunny being the king and all of that, do you think someone like Bunny would want to win all KvKs? I mean all MGs, he won't, because then he's not gonna have any players. So surely they have like an organized system of how it's done. I want to say that would be similar over here as well, because you know there is Baba, but then there's Godfather, and then there's Flo, and then there's Saz. So I mean the level of competition is higher. I'm not too sure. anyone, even Baba, can say that he wants, all the MGs or whatever. But funny thing, this flag, they got a truce. 56 and 1254 has a truce because you have all the marches standing here. Now, actually, when I say all the marches, it doesn't look like that big a number though. So it's a decent number. And that's not the biggest number either. It's decent, but not the biggest. But importantly, equal. So if 56 wanted, 56 could have put a bit more pressure here, but I don't know why they're not. ML, 200 tier POW. Oh my god. 400 tier POW. Chelsea, good morning. Good morning, Chelsea. Dan, I feel like Governor from GT60 lost the most power in a single KvK. 800 mil to... Oh my god, 800 mil to 100 mil in one KvK. If that happened to me, I don't know actually. I was gonna say then I'm gonna stop playing, but then I mean, I don't know. But I just know that I wouldn't want to lose that much power in one KvK. Spot. Wait, Ladus. There was a 800 mil power player from 1446 or what? Yes, there was. ML, 4 and Mac. Yep, this 4 and Mac. They're there as well in terms of big power players in 1556. TS and Lambert. I played in 1093 when Solimar got first in every MGE. He ruined the kingdom. Much different from 1029 playing with MF, where he's the most unselfish person on the planet. Yeah, I heard really good things about MF as well, and I mean, you consider yourself lucky that you're playing with a player like that. Now, okay, so some fighting broke out. This is kind of random though. This is not meant to be the area of fighting. I would have thought they would have tried to fight here, but whatever. This is just few people randomly deciding to fight here. So the ball here, half of it has moved up, the other half decided to stay. Ugly. Right now it's downtime for 1254. I think for some 1556 too. Yeah, it is. So usually, guys, the time when I get to stream and you're watching my stream, the action is a little bit lower now, because most players, most English-speaking kingdoms and players kind of come online when we are about to go offline. I'm streaming from Sydney, so my time zone doesn't really suit the Rise of Kingdoms time zone the best, unless I'm talking about 1365 or 1V. So JST and 1V, Korean time zone, perfect for me. And this is one of the reasons why I'm in the kingdom that I'm in, 1348. It's a 100% Thai kingdom. I shouldn't say 100%. It's like a 90% Thai kingdom. And their time zone is exactly the same as mine. But then when I'm watching, say, 1556, 1254, then that's kind of not the case. Isaac, is the red group winning? The red group is definitely winning, man. Nguyen-ho, can you check account Goodfather? Yes, we can. The Goodfather account is somewhere here. Right? Yep, there. So that's Goodfather, 91. Now let's check the highest power he had. So he was over 500 million power. So the highest he had was over 500. From 500, he's 91. And he got 168 million deaths, which is almost the same as Baba. Baba has 169. But then in the game, or at least in the known world, he got the highest kills, 33 billion. Ladus, have you visited Vivid yet? We went yesterday and a ton of fun. Spot, I am supposed to go tomorrow, and this is what I'm a little bit bothered by. So tomorrow, TSN Lambao, we got a donation, $5. Keep up the good work. I enjoy your streams. TSN Lambao, you're extremely kind and your donation is much appreciated. But I'm actually meant to go tomorrow. Now something annoying happened. How come we didn't get a notification for the donation? Oh my god, I gotta play around with my notification widgets. Okay, it came now. It's just a little delayed. That's all. Okay. Cheers and Lampao. Thank you again, man. Baba Power dropped 200 mil. Yep, Baba Power dropped 200 mil. This KvK yesterday. Did he drop 200? Nah, I don't think he dropped 200, man. Yesterday he was already under 1 bill. I think he was already under 1 bill. I think LADUS stream is one of the best streams. Hey Jack, you know what, to you LADUS stream has to be the best stream ever, because if you go to any other chat, I don't think people mention your name as many times. That's why you like the LADUS stream, Jack. I know that. Now we see Bunny coming back. Bunny is going back to the city. All those marches from 1254 coming down here, and they are now going to try to defend this flag. I mean, well, why would they? This is kind of burned now. But then maybe 1556 can go for this now. There's still 4 minutes left. I don't know whether they rallied. Well, Saz is there. Saz may have rallied, but I don't see the numbers kind of going that way. Or is that Saz being scouted? I don't know. What are the marches Saz bringing out? So Saz got Gilgamesh. Saz got one. Would have been great if we can see. Okay, I forgot. Someone mentioned yesterday we should ask Saz to give his 7 marches. But do you guys want to know 7 marches now? Don't you want to wait till the new commanders come in? Because then we get a good understanding of how they're including the new commanders there, right? So is Saz going in, trying to clear the field himself? Now there's at least 4 players here. Saz engages. Now let's look at the secondaries. Let's see if we can pick out what are the secondary commanders. So one of the YSGs just goes down just like that. Because when someone like Saz swarms you, your marches goes down that fast. And I know that from personal experience, playing with him and against him. Now he got a friend here as well, Faisal. But then definitely there's more 1254 marches here. I don't know why the other 1556 marches are not coming this way. Like, they're taking a lot of time to come in. Okay, well, now they're going. But then do we see 2 separate marches going? I mean, yes. So more Patron, why are you going this way? Why aren't you like killing these marches? Or just because it's Bunny, you're scared of Bunny, you don't want to hit Bunny? Now I see them going in perfect coordination, but 2 separate lines, no infighting. Well, Bunny is smarter, so Bunny saw that more El Patron march and he kind of went for it. So Bunny is coming to the left, so the ball isn't as proper. Bunny is kind of breaking out, just like Saz went for the kill. Bunny is coming for the kill now. Now there's a lot of marches here that can kind of go for Bunny. Now do you guys want to check what Bunny's marches are? Well, you can, because you're gonna see the secondary kind of popping up. So with his Alex, he got, not Alex, sorry, that's not Alex. With his CPO, he got a CJ. That's all I got out of it. Sion Kian Lim. Invigorating SO8. Salute to all KDs. Yeah, this is pretty good, man. Lots of action. And we just hope the action lasts a little longer. I mean, I know that this is draining all the players, but then, you know, who cares? We are just viewers. We just want action. Still no rally, by the way. Still no rally. Like, what could be the logic of not rallying that, like, at all when it's going up? Now, it's taking forever to Saz to get his marches out. So he got 3 out. He needs to get at least 2 more marches, maybe 3 more marches. So now he's taking his marches upwards a little bit so that he can kind of come down with all of them together. Taking marches out, so annoying in Rise of Kingdoms. Cosmic Fed, Baba is OP because if he fight, he don't stop. Yeah, he's definitely OP. I'll say the Baba started 1.3 billion. He lost over 300 mil. Oh yeah, this KvK, yep. He started, sorry, I missed that. He started 1.3 billion. Wow. 400 mil power loss. Wow. I mean, he can just get that back in one day. So Zenith of Power coming in. So, I mean, ongoing, not coming in. So he's what, 900 something now? Maybe he hits, what's it called? 100, not 100. I can't even say my numbers properly anymore. So, where is Baba? So, 964. Do you think he's going to go? He got an infantry screen. That's a 10% infantry health skin, but I'm sure he's going to try to go for the 10% attack. I mean, 15% attack as well. So, maybe he's going to be 1.3 again by, 2 days time, 3 days time. Imad, why is Saz using Mina Trajan? Yeah, man, I don't understand that. I mean, he has been using Mina since Mina came out. He got like a secret fascination about Mina. I don't think Mina is that good. Like, based on how someone like him should have all the commanders. Like, really, Mina has that much value? And he's not up to 7 matches, is he? Actually, yeah, he would be up to 7 matches already. This KvK has started before the 1365 KvK, so people has 7 matches there already, I think. We got a new donation. Chak Choi, hey man. 150 Malaysian ringgits. Chak Choi, you are very kind, and thank you very, very much for your donation. Now, my super chat thing again didn't make a noise. You know what? One of the things that I'm thinking about that I should do. Actually, let's talk about the priorities. Chak Choi, good commentator, haha. Chak Choi, good sponsor, haha. Thank you for being there, man. Al Said, I think most of players have 10% infantry health, will not go for 15% attack. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. So I got the only Zenith skin that I have is the 10% health. Like, that's the only time I went for Zenith, 10% infantry health. So I'm never gonna go for another infantry skin. Like, it just wouldn't make sense. I mean, if I had the money, if I had the ability to buy bundles, then I would. Now, guys, there's something. So this is when you know a kingdom has given up. Look at that. You know this guy. He's a dying soldier. I mean, his name already says that 1556 is dying soldier. But not just that Pakal Herald. When you see a kingdom starting to do Pakal Heralds, you kind of know that they have given in, and players are now kind of thinking about, how can I get some more kills? Also, whatever I bring out is going to get destroyed. At least with Pakal Herald, I'm going to get something in return. So this is where you kind of definitely get to see that the domination of 1254 has come in strong now. Not judging 1556 though, so with how the deploy and everything, well, it's a given that this is going to be the case, but 1556 has fought quite a bit. More than expected, let's put it that way. Now, all these marches standing here, it's bothering me. I don't know why. Well, like, what are you doing? 1250. Oh, this is why you're here. Okay, it's not bothering me anymore. Because 2244 has a big ball kind of here as well. So last time we judged them for sending a rally with no support. This time around, I think they're getting ready to send a rally with support, or they're about to repair that flag. Either one of these two. But they're just kind of standing, not doing anything. Now, that flag went up from 1254. That flag from 1556 got burned a little too easy, I would say. How come there was no garrison there, right? Like, it's like the fighting didn't last as long and they got the burn on. So a little bit of an issue with coordination maybe, but then again, it's easy to say that when this KD has been fighting for that long. After a while, This is bound to happen. But anyways, it is what it is. Vince, hey LADUS, my best streamer and commentator. Hey man, hey, thank you. Much love from here as well, Vince. Green Wizard, do you think that 10% infantry attack is better than health? No, I don't kind of think so. I mean, you can think of one or two very rare situations. Maybe if you try really hard, but I don't think 10% attack is better than... I mean, 15% attack is not better than 10% health to me. Cosmic Fed, is Baba winning? Nah, man. Doesn't look like Baba's side is winning. Let's KvK. Mojo Jojo, what do you mean is Baba winning? Yeah, good question. So I think Cosmic Fed meant is Baba winning what's it called? Zenith? Like, I'm not in 1556, so I can't really check how Baba is going in Zenith, but then I'm sure if he wants, it's just a one-click win. So yeah, maybe. Now, I think this KvK is over, guys. Like, I don't think we're gonna see a lot more action. Actually, maybe the day Zenith ends or the day Kingsland Open, we're gonna see a bit more of an action, because some of the whales from 1556 will get a lot of troops because of Zenith. And Kingsland, just because it's called Kingsland, they're gonna try to fight a little bit. But then if you look at everything on the map, so 1446 has kind of given up. Their fort is burning. They tried to come out, their fort is burning. I don't think they're gonna make a lot of progress, and 54 has paid attention and they repaired and whatever. So 1446 not coming out. Now, other than the kingdoms fighting in that area, the area that we were looking at earlier in Broughton, if you look down south, 1228 is dominating. That's like a lot of field presence. And they always have a lot of field presence. So I'm not just talking about the time that I'm streaming, like even when throughout the day when I'm just, you know, farming or barbing, whatever, from time to time I come and have a look and I wonder, like, how are they online all the time? So 1228, definitely a very impressive KD. Lot of presence all the time. And they're kind of, you know, burning everything around here, and it does look like I heard, I actually have never seen 1256 fight, but you know, people say that 1256 is a big fighting kingdom. Now 1256, I would have to say, wasn't a match for 1128. 1148 definitely wasn't. So anytime now I think 1556 had an agenda, kind of sure that, you know what, just because the odds, just because we are fighting against the odds doesn't mean we are going to give up. So we're going to put up a good fight so that, you know, Rise of Kingdoms world kind of gets to know that we're a fighting kingdom. Based on everything that we saw for the last couple of weeks, I'm sure everyone kind of thinks that 1556 is a fighting kingdom, not that there was a doubt before. Actually, maybe based on last KvK there was a slight doubt, but then 1556 definitely a good fighting kingdom. Whether they're really organized, like 1365 level organized, I have a little doubt. But then they do have decent field presence. They're kind of fighting all over the place, even though we do see them kind of being pushed back by 2244 right now. But then if you have that powerful opponents, like two Imperium kingdoms there fighting against you, the fact that you held on for a while is impressive enough. So if I were 1556, I would call it a day now. Now I'm very pessimistic, to be honest, as a person, but either way, I personally would call it a day now, and I would say that, you know what, we had a good fun KvK, now we're just losing troops for no reason. And it's not just the whales, it's other players as well, and if we keep draining them next KvK, I don't know whether they can even fight. But then you know why they wouldn't do it? The reason why they wouldn't do it is because they are still Imperium. Now let's check that. They're still Imperium. So they at least, out of a losing KvK, you at least gotta drop your Imperium so that you can get more fighters in, right? So they will probably keep fighting for a little bit longer, but I just don't think it's gonna be, you know, worth watching action anymore. Because see, now you see people fighting here and there. Maybe a few hours later you'll see a bit more fighting, but it's not going to be like yesterday's level. I think yesterday we picked a good time to stream and we had 1556 in full action. We had 1254 kind of present there as well. Obviously earlier days would have been better, but I was sick and I couldn't stream. Refio, I think 1556 wait for KL, they still have a lot lower. Yeah, could be. I mean, that actually makes sense. So they want to maybe by Kingsland, they will have Zenith finish as well. So yeah, they will get a bit more power in through Zenith, and then they will try to blow that off as well. Now 2244 did kind of come in along with 1254 here, but they cancelled the rally. Here is 254 coming from all the way from there. I think this is where the high action is taking place. So 1556 got a fort there. 2244 is trying to rally it down, and there's some help coming from 1254. Not a lot though, because this is kind of far for 1254 to come this way. They have to walk through 1556 area. That fort is almost kind of dying. Outside, if you want to, I have an account in 254 and check Zenith ranking. Yeah, that'll be great, man. So I mean, today's the first day, so today's ranking probably doesn't reflect a lot. But then say for example, if we get to stream on Sunday, I hope I get to stream on Sunday, then Sunday stream, definitely you can add me as a friend, like my main account in how do I 1348, and the alliance is 348k. I should be in R1. I'm not. I should be in R3 then. Yep, I am. So you can add me as a friend, or on Discord you can send me the pictures and I can show it on Sunday. Like as in if you do take the pictures on Sunday. And if someone from 1556 can do that, that'll be great as well. It kind of gives us a clue of you know, how hard it is to compete in Zenith in Imperium Kingdoms. I mean, it's not a kingdom event, it's a continent event, but still. Imad, the Baba curse is real. He lost in 1415, then 1412, then V636, and now 1556. Imad, I don't know, I'm just checking. So V636, did they actually lose KvK, or are you saying the fact that they didn't win what's it called, Osiris League? Green Wizard 254 is desperately trying to lose power, so I don't think that they are going to push Zenith. Yeah, I mean 254. I mean they're still gonna lose a little bit, but I don't think based on how this KvK is going, I don't think they will naturally lose Imperium. Like they have to go through that thing where, you know, people has to get hospital full and then kill troops on other people's city, or you know, whatever. They have to go through that manual process, something similar to what 1860 went through couple times now. Not 1860, sorry, 1846 went through couple times. So I think 1254 has to do that manual bit. CD10 636 lost to 647. Oh wow. So there is a Baba Cars then. Side 556 will drop Imperium before 254. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will. Green Wizard. 254 can do a 0 Baba attempt to lose power. Yeah, actually, you know what? That's the best way to do it. Just keep rallying Baba. I'm sure Baba will be fine with it as well. So it serves both purposes. Baba gets a lot of kills, and 254 gets a lot of dead, so it kind of serves both parties, right? Now Baba at the moment he's on alliance territory, but then I'm sure if someone asks him, can you be off territory, we'll rally, I'm sure he'll say, all right, why not? Actually 254 keeps saying they don't want to lose Imp by deleting troops like 1556 did. They don't like that technique, so let's see how they will do at killing troops. Oh, I don't know why, man. I mean, like I don't know whether that's the case with 1254, as in they got an issue with deleting troops or something along those lines. But look at 1846, right? Like, I mean, that's how they got 10 fighting alliances now. And I'm not saying you need to have 10 fighting alliances, but then, like, if you want to be a bigger Imperium, then, you know, why wouldn't you? The other way was taking, like, impossible to win KvKs, but they also chose not to take a very difficult KvK. So, I don't know, man. So in 1365, I'm gonna use my reference point from 1365. So in 1365, end of every KvK, they obviously do the hospital fill, and then if there are players who have a lot more power than how much they fight, so basically being considered as dead weights and such, so if they have a situation like that, then they would ask people to delete troops or something along those lines. To me that sounds alright, like why not? And then a lot of people has like weird sort of self-imposed rules that I can't kind of see the logic to, such as say for example forts. So every single KD, whether it be 1556 or 1254 or, you know, whichever KD. So when you are in a losing situation, you do a fort. The game lets you do forts. You make a chain of forts, and that's how you defend. Now, 1556 did complain a little bit about how there's so many forts from, you know, 2244,
but then that's a given because they're defending. You overpowered them, so that's how people defend. That's what the game allows you to do. So why wouldn't they? Now, whether the game should allow that many forts or not, that's a separate question. But then, as long as the game allows, people should. And so does 1556 themselves. So now 1556 have a lot of forts, and now 1254. I think there are comments around, oh, so many forts, whatever. But then I saw 1254 do a lot of forts as well. That's how it's played. That's a technique in the game. It's like one troop debuff. As long as it was there with Tomiris and Chandra and whatever, people did that. When it's not there anymore, you don't do that. So it's exploiting game mechanics, yes. But then when it comes to push and shove, everyone does it. Why are you gonna be the only loser? So if it comes to deleting troops, like if I'm in a kingdom where people tells me delete troops, yep, of course. I got no issues with that. New Jack, greetings Ladus and chat. New Jack, welcome, man. Green Wizard, they're swarming everything to lose troops. Yeah, we do see a lot of swarming, yes. But yeah. I think it's a tough combination that they find themselves in then. Like as in, we want a KvK that we can surely win, but then we want to lose troops at the same time as well. So that's where it kind of gets hard. I mean, it's not. Yeah, you're right. You can just swarm. But that's because 1556 keeps fighting. If I was 1556, I wouldn't want to fight. Like, why would I? When there's zero chance of winning, why would I fight? Yeah, I would when it's fun. Like, come out a little bit. I find one guy barbing. I'm gonna, attack them. But then when I see I'm now outnumbered 2-1 at least, then I won't. Nen M, how is it going? Hey man, there's a lot of action that we can see. So we're just, watching the action. So there's a three-way fighting that's going on for a little bit now on the screen. So we got 1556 coming in from the left, from the south we got 2244, and from the top we got 1254. 1254 placed a new flag here and it's building. It's 11 minutes left, and then over here there's a 1556 flag as well. That one, yep, that one, 8 minutes left. So 56 gets a chance to rally that because the 56 flag will come up earlier. So we'll see how that kind of goes. Oh, actually, I don't think they need to wait for that because of this flag, they can already attack that. So how come there's no rally on it? I don't know. Is that no? That's not 54. That's not 1254. That's actually 2244. But 2244 does have a good presence here, so not that easy. Actually, the difference between 1846 and 1254 though is that 1846 can't have a hard KvK where they can do zero themselves because they have so many people, where 254 can actually zero themselves as they don't have as many people. That is very true. That is very true. So the situation 1846 finds themselves in is quite unnatural, and they're the only one in that situation where they're like so powerful. Maybe the only way for them to get people in is delete troops and whatever. And then also the other thing is also it's hard for 1846 to find a KvK where it's challenging for them because they're 1846, right? I mean, I hope 1365 does give them a good run for their money, but it's still 1846. So pulse, maybe that mechanic should be removed. Imperium mechanic, you mean? Oh, as in deleting troops. It's not just deleting troops though. So I don't think anyone actually just delete troops. So this is how it works. So say for example, let's say for example, now that I have 153 mil power here, So let's say if I go to one of the Imperium KDs and they say that, okay, Ladus, you can't have 153, you can have 130 million power. For whatever reason, they tell me I can have 130. The 23 mils, the first thing I'm gonna say that, okay, let me try to burn those troops in KvK. But if they say, no, we need you to do it before KvK, I'm gonna say, okay, well, give me Baba's city or give me Chizgul city and I'm gonna dump my troops there. Because at least then someone gets some kills out of it. So usually that's how you do it, and the game can't really stop that. So it's not like you can take away the delete function. Green Wizard is the meta, unfortunately. Yep, deleting troops, it's a sad meta, but I mean, this is what Imperium KDs have to go through. Now, the better question is, should Lilith allow Imperium KDs to be this Imperium, or I don't know. Because isn't that making a lot of other KDs dead? But then if this is what people find fun, then why not, right? So looking at what's happening, I want to be part of this action. I mean, I would prefer to be part of 1254 in this situation because they're obviously winning. But then in general, when you see an action like this, then you would want to be part of this action. And then to allow all that action, you need to kind of allow Imperium KD situation, as in basically saying you need to allow kingdoms becoming big, massive. So that's that. It's according to top 300. Yep, it is. Yep, exactly. They're only fighting because they want to lose him to have another huge migration. Yep, that makes sense. I think that goes for both kingdoms, right? So 1254 doesn't have to lose as much swarming they're kind of doing at the moment. So that's to do with losing power. And 1556, I mean, they shouldn't really be fighting now. The KvK is over, but then they are fighting because they want to drop Imperium, plus they want to show that against the odds we fought for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or how long ever. So, you know, maybe that's why they keep fighting. But they keep fighting for more migration. This just shows how strong and dedicated they are to win in KvK, and even if it's losing battle. Yeah, both of them. I mean, 1556, if you're talking about the losing battle thing, then 1556, but then yeah. Nen M, no worries, 56 will be unbeatable next season. Guess what? LADUS Gaming is coming. Hey man, why are you insulting me? LADUS Gaming is a mid spender who is trying to become a low spender, and LADUS Gaming, just because he has been playing in easier KvKs, actually I shouldn't say easier, like being a B seed doesn't mean you get easy KvKs, because somehow Lilith messes up and I play against 1v twice. So being a B seed doesn't really give you easy KvKs. It gives you equally matched KvKs, I guess. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is I don't weigh in as much at all. The curse of Baba has broken when he won against 401, unlike Chizgul. So Chizgul had a hard run, yes, so definitely this is gonna be fun for him, because I think at one time in 1075 they were winning like 2-3, they had a 2-3 KvK win streak, and they had like a 3 KvK lose streak. But then straight after Chizgul left, they won. But then Chizgul gets a win now, so yeah. He broke the curse. Hopefully Baba does as well. Carl's Imperium KD probably also spend the most looking at this. I don't know if Lilith will stop. Yeah, you're right. Lilith wouldn't stop it because it kind of doesn't make good business sense for them. Now, 2244 has a special way of mobilizing. Most of the time they got no one, but they choose their times wisely, and then when they choose their time, a lot of people come out. And obviously there's help from 1254 as well. But still, so that flag is going up for sure now.
and most people are doing field fighting. Now this is the thing, like if you're doing a lot of field fighting, it's not like you're dropping Imperium. So you gotta keep doing rallies, then you drop Imperium. Otherwise you're just draining your resources and speed ups. Field fighting is something I don't think 1556 should be doing, because they are kind of losing. We got a new member, and it's Newbie. Newbie, welcome in the membership team. You are a Centurion now. Thank you, thank you. Your support is much appreciated. Feel free to show off your badges and, I mean, not badges, custom emojis and your badge. Artem Iverson. 1365 versus 1846 is the most interesting KvK of those that are currently on. It is actually, I think it's gonna be quite fun. I think if it was a 4v4, it wouldn't be as much fun. It's actually a 3v4. So this 1846 has 2 allies and 1365 has 3 allies. So the way allies has been adjusted there, that helps make that KvK more interesting. I'm actually quite looking forward to 93 fighting 1v. I have never seen 1v lose, but then I know that 93 is very strong as well, so I think that's going to be very, very strong. 1v versus 93. But I feel like Baba will drop below 500M after this KvK. I think, yeah, well, possibility. I think it's gonna be more around. Well, actually, I think his power is gonna go up between now and the end of the KvK. So he's 900. I'm sure he's gonna go for Zenith and get the skin. I think he has more Zenith skins than epic skins that most people have, right? So technically he's gonna power up quite a lot for Zenith, and then he will probably end up at 1 billion again. I mean, I think he wants to maintain that 1 billion status. But then in terms of overall loss, if you're saying 500 million loss, then yeah, possible. Then LADUS. Okay, now I missed chat. Okay, let me go up. Spot, I feel like Baba will below. No, I read that. Spot, LADUS, how you don't have the best equipment with that power? I expected you to be a rally commander with best equipment. So, because, okay, I can kind of show. So last KvK, I rallied archers a lot. So that was Gilga Nebu. I think for archers, this is the equipment I got. So this is not bad. This is decent for a B kingdom. But if I'm talking about going into an Imperium KD, then just the, what's it called? Just the set and the iconic is not enough. Then you need everything to be procced. Now I got quite unlucky. I got like close to 40 legendary equipment and I got only 2 procs ever. Like 2 ever. So technically, yes, I can kind of, rally archers. I got the commanders and I'm gonna max the next archer commanders as well, obviously. I got the 10% archer skin. When it comes to infantry, I got Pakal Herald as well, so I can kind of rally Pakal Herald. And I think Guan has the infantry equipment now. Is it Guan or I think Guan has. I think this is my infantry equipment. So see, this is like no proc. So my problem is no proc. So firstly, have been very unlucky. Secondly, power adds up over time. So unless I have very challenging KvKs, it's not like I'm dropping a lot of power. So my dead is a lot less than what it should be for someone with 153. So I got what, like close to 20 million kills. That's quite embarrassing. So for someone at 150 mil, I think it should be at least 50, I think. 50 would have been less embarrassing. So, but that's in a way to do with how I'm not in the Imperium KvKs. So because with the main account, I have only once ever played in a Imperium KvK. Other than that, either we lose really fast or win really fast. So either way, you don't get as much action. And I'm kind of lazy as well, so everything kind of, you know, kicks in together. Monarch. Finally, 1v got served and meet their doom against 1093. No more easy KvKs for them, even with 1860. I mean, I think, I have a lot of respect for 1093, but whether it's, you know, worth or not, we'll find out. Because as I said, I have never seen 1v lose. But then they did have easier KvKs, so yeah. Okay, now for some reason I'm doing really bad with chat, so let me catch up again. LADUS entering 56 with DR Dream still beast on. Nah, LADUS is not a beast at all. Dan, update LADUS. I'm driving and listening. So okay, in honor of Dan, we're gonna give a short verbal update on what's happening in the KvK. So 1254 overnight has made quite a bit of progress. So 1556 itself hasn't lost that much territory, but 1556's allies 256 and 1148 has been kicked out of Broughton. I mean, not completely kicked out, but they lost almost all their territory. So at the moment, 1556 is trying to defend and try to be a little aggressive at the same time, but the aggression hasn't been kind of paying off a lot. So mostly defending against 1254 and 2244 at the same time. Now we do see some 56 on the screen. Actually, when I say some, we see a decent number, but then we see almost equal numbers from 2244, and this is what we are talking about. 2244 has a special way of mobilizing where it doesn't look like they're fighting most of the time, but when they fight, they got a lot of numbers. And 1254, obviously big strong KD, and they show up in numbers. They have an agenda of dropping Imperium, so they're kind of fighting anything that moves. So that's the summary update then. But then we're gonna keep talking obviously about other things, and I'm gonna keep reading chat. Tempest Rock, are you on 1348? We allied them last KvK4. I'm from 937. Yeah, I'm in 1348. I remember our campmates were 2097, but I don't remember all the other kingdoms. Nowadays, now that we're streaming and trying to say all these kingdom names in full, I'm kind of all over the place. Okay, now this fort from 1556 is gonna get burned. All I see is 2244 here. Now 1556 has made a big ball up top, but that ball is finding it hard to commit downwards because they have 1254 on the right side to them. So they're finding it hard to go and engage with 2244, because if they go, then 1254 kind of comes in. So this is a typical 2v1 situation, and I don't see how 1556, you know, comes out of it. The simple answer is they don't. Now there was one flag up top from Geo56 that's getting burned, and it doesn't look like they're even, you know, trying to repair it at all. And they let that flag burn for free. No rally, simple swarm. They didn't put a garrison there. So 1556, you can kind of see they're very close to folding now, and still respect for keeping us entertained with all this fighting over 3 weeks now, I would say. Alright, so we got the rally from 2244, but I see the rally being swarmed down. Now 1556 has committed, come down south. Now 1254 has come down with them as well. So this is a big ball of 3 kingdoms, one ball of fighting with 3 kingdoms involved. So I'm pretty sure there's some friendly fire and whatever going on as well. But what can you do? You just look at the action.
I mean, unjust KvK war? Yeah, it's kind of not balanced. Nen M 1365 versus 1846. Amazon documentary incoming, all or nothing. RTM Iverson and Nen M, stop joking. Fleisch is just a fan of the second part of the Lord of Rings where Gandalf promised to come at the end, save everyone. Yeah. Oh, I kind of missed something there. So bye bye Z, more of a great fighter compared to Fleisch and Shinji. Hey man, I don't know Fleisch personally. I'm sure he fights, but then I am a big fan of Shinji, just like I'm a big fan of Dragothian, Baba and Chizgul and all of that. So I mean, I kind of don't appreciate negative chats in that way. Like if you talk negative about a kingdom, feel free to do it, but not a person, I guess. Okay. RTM Iverson. Okay, now we did that. Eric Rivera, I think 56 is exhausted. Yeah, definitely. I think 56 is kind of done. Like, I mean, they still kind of defended this, but I don't know how long they can do it. But you know what? The funny thing is, they have to, for their own sake, they have to. Now it's not about the reputation. I think their reputation is pretty good based on the fight they put in. They have to drop Imperium. So 1254, 1556, both of them have to drop Imperium. So I think the fight goes on until at least one of them drop Imperium. Then the one that drops Imperium, which has to be 1556 first, then I think they can kind of say, yeah, bye bye, no more fighting. Monarch, I have sent you 1860 versus 93 honor roll points to give you an understanding why I said 93 they are active, too much active. Yes, Monarch, I think you mentioned that before, and thank you for sending me the screenshot. There's no doubt 93 is active. Now this is where I think the other part of the coin of being active kind of comes in, which is spending. So having played against 1v couple times and then having seen some screenshots and talking to some of the 1v players, so all of them max tech, 120 people max tech in 1v, in one alliance, and all of their equipment, like, how do I put it? So the KvK against 1v, so let's say this is my city where Matt Marty Gun, this is where my city is. This is all 1v on the top. Now one of the 1v players came down here where the rock is, and I swarmed him with 7 marches. I got decent commanders, I got decent equipment, not like, you know, top, but decent. And I'm not talking about Pakal Herald. Pakal Herald didn't come out yet. And I think swarming one of his marches with my 4 marches at the time. I mean, I brought out 4 on one of his marches because I was hitting 1 at a time. I didn't get positive trades. And then when I had my 7 marches, by the time at least 2 or 3 of his marches came out, and I don't think I had positive trades. And then end of that KvK, I actually did some 1v1 fighting with few of their players. Like, you bring out 7 marches, I'll bring out 7 marches, and I did quite a few fights. And then they were kind of kind, and they said, oh, Ladus, you kind of lost all of those battles because we get a lot more buffs, because by the time they got Ziggurat and all other holy sites, so they got a lot of buffs. But basically what I'm trying to say is, like, unless you have double the activity of 1v, maybe even triple, it's hard to defeat their players. They're that powerful when it comes to equipment and commanders and everything. And that's why they win Osiris League. So look, think about the mid fights in Osiris League. They never lost, right? Reason that, well, one time with JST they lost because they decided not to compete as much. So that's not to JST's credit. That's more to, you know, their 1v strategy.
but they got too many OP players and everyone spent so much. I'm not saying 93 can't win, but I'm just saying I don't know how spendy 93 is. So 1v is active and spendy. Dennis, I just connected. Can you please show the map? Map looks now. D1254 made progress yesterday. So mate, rest of the map hasn't really changed much, but I'm gonna zoom out in this area and I'm gonna show you here. 1254 has pushed in quite a bit. So over here 1254 has pushed out 1148, and over here 1254 has pushed out 1256. So definitely made a lot of progress there. Even around the pass, they have pushed in, burnt one of the 56 forts. The 56 Geo 56 fort that we were watching most of the fighting in yesterday, that's still standing, but around that fort 54 is kind of, you know, coming in strong. And today there's a lot more presence from 2244 right now, so they're coordinating their fighting with 1254 a lot, and 56 is under real pressure. Guys, I see some messages retracted, so I'm guessing you guys retracted your messages. But in terms of the bot, if it was the bot, then if you put in caps lock, or if it's mostly caps lock and if it's a lot of emojis, then the bot kind of deletes that as well. So maybe like not do that. So I don't know why a lot of messages got retracted. RTM, LADUS RoK, did you see how 93 joked about Drago at the last KvK? What do you think they will come up with this time about 1860? Yeah, I mean 93 is a funny kingdom. I'm pretty sure they're gonna come up with something something good. Rabbit Gaming, who will win LADUS? I think 1254 won this already, but obviously we're gonna see the action as long as there is action to see. Dan, 1556 fort mishap costed them, but they're holding well, still early. I mean, they're yeah, they're kind of still holding alright. I don't think they can win though, but then they can definitely keep fighting for a bit longer. Yeah, if that's what they want to do. So guys, on the top right hand corner, see that TR ball. Bottom left hand corner, see that 2244 ball, and then look at the 56 ball. To me, all three balls look equal sized. 3 Imperium kingdoms on the screen with equal presence somewhat, but then 2 of them are allied against 1 of them. So I don't see how you guys think that this is still close, but you know what, it is what it is. Then gaming industry in Korea worth a lot. You can make a huge career. It's very competitive. Yeah, I mean, I used to play League of Legends a lot, so Faker and all that, so watched a few documentaries there and I was shocked. And then I kind of get a feel of that playing in 1365, and before that I played in another Korean kingdom, 1584. So the 2 Korean kingdoms that I have played in, they are so organized. Like, I know I'm repeating myself, I say that every single stream, but they are so organized and so dedicated. Rabbit Gaming, LADUS, which do you think will be best civilization for me currently in KvK 2, Archer main, Eddie Tommy, Egypt or Ottoman? So when you say Eddie Tommy, I'm sure you're rallying then, because you got Eddie Tommy, then Egypt is definitely better. So if you're looking at rallying with archers, Egypt is a must. Gilga, your accent are better than the other. Gilga, mate, I don't know who you're comparing with, but I hope that's a compliment, and then thank you. Muhammad Amin, Bunny will not let 1556. Bunny will not let 1556 win, die, it pays, I don't know. Dennis,
TY so much, my friend. They didn't gain much territory, but I'm sure 244 will keep their activity today. They make much more progress. 2244 looks a lot more active today. So yesterday, I mean, I didn't kind of look at the KvK after past 6 opening for a while, just because I was sick and all. But 2244 was fighting very hard before, and now today they are back active again. So I think they just took a few days off as a breather maybe. And I think yesterday someone was also saying that 1254 was kind of carrying everything for the first couple of days, which again is normal obviously because they didn't have any action before. But 2244 is definitely back in action. Now 1556 is fighting TR on their territory now. I mean, by TR I mean this TR and SW and other alliances as well. So 1254 on their alliance, and that's the fight I think 56 is kind of struggling to win. Now what that does is that allows 2244 to come in and kind of get a free burn. No, actually I was wrong, not a free burn, because 56 has 2 balls. So 56 separated into 2 balls. I don't think 56 should separate into 2 balls. I think 56 should try to keep 1 ball, and then if 54 and 2244 wants to fight in the same ball, they'll lose. So the fact that 56 fighting slightly higher here and slightly lower here may be a bad idea. Maybe just stand all in the middle next to that Bonzar BG city, maybe. Because it's not like anyone's rallying anything, it's just open field at the moment. They're trying to get ready to rally, but the rally isn't there yet. Mohammed Amin, 1556 in a bad situation. Yep, definitely. Now, I think I missed a couple of subscriptions, so let me just check that for a sec. So we got Nubi becoming a member. So Nubi, thank you again. We got Nin, who subscribed, Nin Nguyen 10. Thank you for your subscription. And we got Fahad, thank you for your subscription, brother. Nadisha, 1556 losing their grip slowly. They lose so much power and RSS. Spenders like 4 Baba says they can keep fighting, but not all the players. Yep, I think Nadisha, you're on the point. Now the thing is, I know they're doing a lot of open field fighting, and to some extent you need to do open field fighting to be able to rally. But then I think if I was 56, I would try to do more rallies than open field, because you're so drained on RSS and speed up, you're not gonna recover in 1 KvK's time out of this. But then losing troops you have to, because you're still Imperium. So I don't know. Eric, too bad 46 isn't being very useful. I think 46, I think a little bit more was expected out of 46, to be honest. Yes, I agree with you. So 2244 has a free access to the fort now, because 56 is drawn out to fight 1254. Now I hope they can still kind of keep this garrison full. Now this is a farm alliance, they probably don't have enough players here. Hopefully it's in the same coalition, and we do see a lot of 2244 coming in. So the numbers coming in from 2244 a lot, so that's gonna keep the rally reinforced. That's kind of gonna help with the swarm as well. Now is 56 gonna come back in time, or are they gonna keep chasing TR more than they should have? So they're still chasing TR. We got a rally from TR coming in, 1254 coming as well. But what are they rallying? Are they rallying? Is there a flag here? I can't see a flag. Where's the flag? They're rallying this flag, I think. Is that it? No. They're going far. Where are they going? Is that a city rally? There is a city rally. Okay, they're rallying a city, a 77 million city. Now 77 million with Trajan. That's a lot of kills for that guy. 6.8 billion kills.
6.8 billion has a Trajan primary. That just doesn't make sense. But anyways, it is what it is. This is what happens if you have Trajan primary. But anyways, let's look at the Fort Rally again. Now I don't see the Fort Rally. Why do I not see the Fort Rally? Because 1556 has come in time and 2244 has been forced to cancel that rally. Now we got 2 more subscribers that I mixed, I think. Murad Amir has subscribed. Murad, thank you for your subscription. Lindor Bexty Lindor, thank you for your subscription. Now I'm kind of behind on chat as well. Now the action hasn't died down, but there isn't much to give a commentary on because it's more open field. We do see the king skill coming in from 1556, so there's no rally, but they just want to win the field, and they're pushing 2244 off their territory. But 2244 is not going too far. They are gathering next to their flag, so they're coming back to their territory, but they're not going back home. So they're ready to make another push. Now when are they gonna make the push? Well, when 1254 starts coming in. Now there's action here between 1254 and 1556. The flag from 1556 the flag from 1254 that got rallied before, it's repairing, but I don't think 1556 can rally it now. There's a lot of 54 presence there, but then the 56 flag up top, that's just burning out, so they're not even trying to protect that for some reason. Now, is that an important flag? I think it is, because then that flag has how many cities? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you don't need those cities here for field presence, so I thought they would want to keep that flag, but it is what it is. Semi-Legion, sup bro, what is the better infantry ship for open field, Viking or France? For open field, I like France more, and that's more to do with the healing speed up reduction that you get. So Viking is great if you're rallying and garrisoning, but then purely open field, Viking isn't bad either, but then if you're purely open fielding, then maybe France adds a bit more value. Nadisha, 1556 losing. No, I read that. How am I so bad? I'm like all over with the chat. Okay, trying to catch up again. Dennis, yes, 254 together with 1228 for 3 days now. 2244 joined the fight finally. Yeah, 2244. It probably didn't fight the last few days, but they deserve a breather, right? They fought a lot in the last zone. Sarcastic charisma, is the great wall still there? Not the whole wall, so half the wall has fallen, the other half is there. Newbie, you should stream more often, Ladus. I'm sure you get lots of subs. Newbie, I want to, man, because I'm more like a part-time YouTuber, so I'm not full-time, so you know, between work and other things, I kind of struggle, but yes, my aim is to stream more often, and thank you. KG, hi Ladus, KG, hey, how are you going? Lanya, hello bro, hello to Lanya. Murad, well, 1556 fought for days, and 1254 only had to fight for 3 days so far. Yep, so that means 1254 definitely has more in the tank to fight, and that's being translated in the fighting. But 1556 doing alright. Like even now, like even in a defending situation, we see a rally coming in from Saz. Now I don't know whether that's a wise rally, because I don't see any marches coming with the rally. Now I see Saz's marches. Are others joining? I do see 1 or 2 people coming in, but then there's a lot of 1254 presence there. We got a new subscriber, Shuna. I hope I read it properly. Thank you for your subscription, Shuna. And we have one other subscription. Real Sep, hey man, thank you for your subscription. Hope you're enjoying the action. Now guys, I think I should be saying this more often, but if you're enjoying the action, please don't forget to drop a like. That kind of tells us the content is being enjoyed by you guys, and that kind of tells us that we should be streaming more often. So if you're enjoying what you're watching, don't forget to subscribe and drop a like if you're subscribed already. Now there's a rally going on the left, so 2244 without any field presence has sent a Pakal Herald in, so that's not gonna do much. But then I don't think Saz's rally is gonna do much either, because I think they can reinforce the rally. But then in terms of the field presence, 1556 is still kind of standing behind. They haven't come in all the way. I think Saz canceled the rally as well. Yep, so that rally, compared to how 1556 usually goes with a rally and has complete field presence, that what kind of didn't happen there. And obviously a lot of players are spent now, so it's not likely that will happen all the time. So we'll see more of these unsupported rallies. Now we do see a lot of 1254 come down as well. So 1254 now, they probably don't have to worry too much about defending. They're confidently walking into 1556 territory. Now if it was a 1v1, as in 1254 versus 1556, I don't think 1254 would have walked in this confidently. But then now 1556 is drained so much that wall of 1254 standing in the middle of 1556 marches, but then 1556 territory, but it doesn't look like 1556 can do much about it. Well, they're kind of going for it now, but then when you have to look after so many areas, like defending, attacking, join the rally, 1254 is coming in, okay, all go up, but then when you go up, some stay back, otherwise 2244 actually moves in. So tough spot it is. Dennis, how is 1228 doing? 1228, Dennis, is doing amazing. So what 1228, actually I want to show this a little bit. So what 1228 has achieved is in the south side, maybe at one stage 1254 helped, but yesterday and today I didn't see 1254 being active in the down south pass. So technically 1228 is alone here, and they had to fight 1148, they had to fight 1256, and 1228 is the one with all the field presence. And they have gone on to the other side of the pass, they have done their territory, so they have pushed into the other side of the pass, and they have burnt a few fortresses here, at least 2 fortresses I think. So 1228 definitely playing very good. Okay, so looks like 1556 has managed to regroup a little bit better. They have more marches now. They have taken care of the 1254 marches coming and standing in their territory. So that's a sign. I mean, if the 1254 marches were kind of standing there, that's a sign of, okay, 1556 has given up. Looks like they're still not throwing in the towel, and they're still hoping to put more good performance on the field. Now their flag up top, they're actually letting it burn out. Like seriously? Seriously? How's the 1254 numbers looking like? Well, they got decent numbers, but this is not their prime time, so not the real 1224 we can see during our streams, but they have decent numbers. But then at the moment, I think 2244 has more numbers at the moment, or the focus of the fighting is here. Now we got 4 here as well. Now why do I say we have 4 here as well? Now 4 here means it's kind of gonna be scary here for 1556. So that fort, the one repairing, you see Liv standing outside there making a ball here. So soon enough there's gonna be a push here. So that fort is gonna be under pressure, and the TN fort was burning already. Yep, the TN fort is burning already. And this 1148 is not fighting in this area, so their fort is burning away as well. And we have Saz rallying again. Now this time around, I don't know who has more numbers. Now 1556 has decent numbers, but they're not coming in before the rally or trying to contest, I guess, for field presence. So they're kind of probably looking at just reinforcing and maybe a little swarm, but 1254 has a lot of numbers there. Now if they want to really burn the fort, they have to bring in everyone. So the marker, Discord, whatever, kind of have to say everyone push in. So if all the 1556 push in, they can probably clear the 1254 numbers, but a lot of them are not pushing in. They're kind of staying in defense. But anyways, we do have some push in, so it's going to be a decent contest. Murad 1550. Now we read that. When 1860 passes open, I actually don't know, man. But then I think the way we are kind of streaming is, rather than which day or what time passes open, we kind of have a thing where, say for example 11 UTC ish, we go live, and then just before going live I check where the action is. So for me, rather than, I guess, what time the action is, I can only stream around a fixed time. So that's how I kind of go. Lequex 1446 gave up. Yep, I think they did. Nen M56 aligned with all the mediocre kingdoms available, yet they ain't giving up. Yep, I would have given up as soon as that diplo was done, but then 1556 obviously has more balls than I do, so you know, good on them. Tyron 1556 became active for 8-10 hours, then they go offline. This is why 1254 has been able to gain much more grind. I think you're right to some extent. So I think what happens is the US time zone is when 1254 becomes very active, and I have a feeling that 1556 doesn't have enough coverage during the US time zone, or at least not at the level of 1254. But then the same thing we see during Asian time zone, when 1556 can push a little bit more and 1254 has slightly less numbers, I would say. Wi-Fi cable, respect to 1556, fighting hard. Yeah, they're doing alright. They're doing alright. Murad Amir, respect to 1556. Yep, they're doing alright. Monarch 56 will again invite 93 and take on 1254. Brain and Brawl together. I think Monarch, you know what? I think Foe was kind of trying to say that 56 hopes that and not just hopes, I think they may have spoken with 54 as well, where they're kind of hoping that just so that they're not fighting each other, and I'm pretty sure fighting one specific kingdom every KvK gets boring for both sides. So I think they were kind of looking at, okay, how about we, you know, ally next time or something along those lines. So if that happens, that'll be cool. But then 93 in between these two KDs, not bad either. Eric Rivera 56 is impressive to have fought this long. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely doing all right. I mean, they're not winning, but alright, as in they're showing that they fight a lot, definitely. Mr. Brightside, answer me please. Okay, I'll look for your question, man. Ragnaros LOF. That what I called is a diplomatic KvK GG254. Yeah, that's a very diplomatic KvK. You're right. Nadisha, when is next More Than Gems? Are we getting one this month? More Than Gems? I don't think we get one this month. I think we get one next month. Not too sure though. Then M56 are moving upwards after this KvK. Can see them looking like 1846. I think 1840s. I don't think they can. I am pretty sure that based on the performance they have put in, they're gonna get quite a few migrants coming, so they will power up quite a bit. But 1846, man, is a different level. So I think 1556 needs at least 2 or 3 more successful migrations and a lot of deleting troops before, you know, they kind of get to the 1860 level, I guess. Nan M. No, read that. Murad, 1846, 1093 versus 1254, 1556. That would be amazing, Murad. That's actually gonna be amazing if, you know, if that ever happens. Yeah. Legendary Bernie 2244 gained a lot of respect too. Yeah, 224. I mean, 2244 did very good. To me, 2100 did even better, but that's just because they're not Imperium. So when I look at 2244 and when I look at 1228, I kind of think that, you know what, you're Imperium, both of you. So you should be impressive. But then when I look at 2100, as much as they probably lost all and they're not fighting anymore because they lost all, but then the first few days they fought like a lot for a small non-Imperium KD. Sekiron 846 is another level. They are not the same as 1556. Yep, I agree. 1846 is like another level at the moment, and these two KDs, 1556, 1254, both of them have to do a lot more, like a few more solid migrations to hit that level. Then M1254 with 1556 as allies, that will be the most boring KvK. Depends who they depends who they fight against, I guess. Like, you know how actually, you know what's gonna suffer? All the trash talk, because these two KDs have a lot of love for each other, so they like to, you know, speak of their love a lot in, I'm sure, in what's it called, Lost Kingdom chat, and, you know, every streamer's chat and whatnot. So I think that that love will suffer a little bit because you can't trash talk your allies, I guess, to some extent. Tyron 1556 aren't catching up to 1846. Even if they had the same amount of players as 1846, they would have the brains like 1846 do. So I'm gonna distill that message a little bit, and I'm gonna say, if you talk about strategy, then 1846 is very impressive. Like, I have never seen them do anything wrong strategically. So again, whether it be 1254 or 1556, I think there's a lot of migration, a lot of improvements to hit that level, yes. But saying that, say for example, no, actually I was gonna say that I was gonna mention Ark, as in how kingdoms like 1034 or 1365, they probably have better strategy, but then because Ark is more strategy, but then it's not like 1846 for them because they were in a different realm. So, and 1846 did have a good arc as well. WIB played very well. So yeah, they're very good. Wi-Fi cable, well, 228 showed up and showed off, bro, cleaning 1148 out of the first zone and now winning 1v3 down south is impressive. Wi-Fi cable, yes, that is true. That is actually true. So as much as, you know, more is expected out of Imperium KDs, 1228 did fight at least 2v1 very well down south. So as much as there's 1254 presence, it's not like a big game-changing presence at the moment at least, and 1228 is winning that on their own, 2v1. Sikaron, 1228 are underdogs. Well, this KvK, yeah, they probably were. No more underdogs though. Now we know that they're a OP kingdom. Very good fighting kingdom. Artyom Iverson, 846, 1365 versus 254, 256. Yeah, that's good. Versus 401 old 93, 961V. Yeah, man, that's a very messy KvK. Who is fighting who? I lost track already. Like, I think I like, rather than Strife, I think I like, I find Heroic Anthem more entertaining. So, say for example, 4 big kingdoms, 2v2. I think to me that's more entertaining. I don't know. Dennis, well, even if 2100 can't fight anymore, they could at least try to burn some flags. A bit distraction will make 1556 players to port and they will be away from the main fight. Dennis, I think you're right. However, I think they have been doing that. So up until yesterday, they were coming out here and see those inactive flags, and that's because 2100 kind of came out, and then 1556 had to send a lot of players around that pass, so they were doing a lot of distraction there. And at the moment, very minor impact, but what they're doing now is, you know, coming down this way. So that's the only fighting fort, I think, that kind of came out. They are burning this. 56 did send some players here, and as you can see, they have some soldiers here. And 56, I don't think they're big cities though. I think they're small cities from 56, but it is clearing the field a little bit. And now we see one semi-decent 56 player here. But then for this KvK, I mean, they drained so much. 2100, it's gonna take them like 3 KvKs before they can fight again, because it's not a big kingdom. It's not a big spender kingdom. So all the players must have lost all the speed ups and all the troops they had. So massive sacrifice from 2100. So regardless, I mean, the impact obviously was good. They drained 1556, but more so than the impact, the sacrifice. So 1254 and 1556, they want to drop Imperium because, you know, they can get players in. On the other hand, 2100 has lost so much that they can't fight like 2 KvKs. So if they take a break, I say let them take a break. They've done their job already, right? If they fight anymore, then 1254 probably should give the zig to them, because they made a bigger sacrifice, and we don't want to put that pressure on 1254, right? I am Thanos. 56 and 54 will never ally. Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility. I kind of think that it'll be like a good way to kind of show that they're kind of mature and not making it personal, but would be great if they did. But I'm in neither kingdom, so, you know, whatever they do is up to them. Christina Mata, hello from 1846. I'm looking forward to fighting with you all. I like the streaming. Christian. Did I say Christine? Sorry, Christian Mata. Hey man, I'm not looking forward at all to fighting in that KvK. I got my ult there, and I'm kind of scared that I'm gonna get destroyed. But usually with that account, I always get destroyed anyway, so it's nothing new. But I am looking forward to streaming it. That'll be a fun KvK to stream. I'm sure 1365 will do good. Now we found 4 finally. 4 will get to 20 bill before the KvK, I would say, right? 4's highest payout was pretty high as well, 666. Hey, Mark of the Devil, 4. And very similar deaths to Goodfather and Baba. Piso, I'm in 1846 and we're unbeaten. We're the true Imperium killers. Yep, I haven't seen 1846 lose ever. Just like 1v. Nadisha, what about you? Are you migrating to 1556? I think I will. I'm not 100%. I think I will, but not 100% yet. RTM Iverson, what is the point of arguing who is better, worse? Most of the big servers play for fun, not for the sake of winning. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, some play for winning, but most of them, yeah, just so that they have fun. You're right. Murad, I'm from Kingdom 2000. By the way, we are fighting in 6 days. Murad, we will definitely try to cover your KvKs. A big fan of Kingdom 2000. I got a very close friend there. One of the guys that plans your, what's it called? Ark League. Regal. So still talk to him from time to time. Murad, HA is more balanced. Yeah, definitely. HA is more balanced. And I find it more fun actually. And I like the support skills. So when I'm doing what's it called? So 4 did a Archer rally and that's getting swarmed down. Archer rally probably wasn't the best idea because 2244 has a lot of field presence and they are going to swarm. Now 1556 is coming in. 1556 is coming in, but the numbers are actually rather even. So in an even field, I don't think the Archer rally has a future, and that's cancelled or beaten back. Either way, it's done, and 2244 defends successfully. And now they're open fielding for no reason. Now when we scroll up, ooh, I should have been looking at this. So we got TR rally and full TR presence here. So is there 1556 here? I don't see that many. I do see a little bit here and there. Who do I see? Mostly 254. Does that mean that fort is coming down? JZBX is rallying with Attila and Nevsky, and then we got a Zenobia and Flavius. Now when this fort is under that much attack, 56 ventured down south. Are they confident they can hold it, or are they okay with letting it burn, thinking that we're going to repair it later? Don't know. Dennis, so they're actually doing something now. Good to hear. Yeah, I mean 2100 doing something. They're good. Monarch 1671 and 1647, two of the Japan's best KD, no doubt. So 1647, oh my god, so good. Yes, so they look very organized, very coordinated, very active, and very smart in terms of their flagging and forting and, you know, timing, everything pretty much. 61 doing crazy fighting. nobody. 1671 was doing pretty good. Yep. So we checked out that KvK earlier, and before the stream ends, maybe we'll go and have a quick look at that as well again. So 1671 fought well against 1501, I think, and on the left against 2345 they're fighting now. So they forted outwards this way. Now, you know how we saw all the 1556 marches down south? Now they're still staying here. So 4 is staying here. So I don't think they're gonna go and contest the field. Is that the decision? I mean, we do see some 1556 on the right hand side, but then in terms of the field, they're not necessarily contesting the field. So I think Goodfather's being here, and Baba was just above Goodfather. Did I just close the game? No. And Baba being there, I think Baba alone can hold that. And is Baba and Goodfather doing that? They probably are. They got massive amount of kills, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to kind of keep it up themselves rather than contesting the field. Easy win for 254. Symphonia, yes, yeah, looks like it. Muradamir, I like 93 playing style. Yep, 93 is very strong, very organized. Muradamir. Abiles, Nubi, 1093 have the best leadership. How about you migrate to 1093? Nobody, man. So this is what happened with me and 1093. So you know how 1093 has their Discord where they have a lounge for everyone that's not in the KvK, and I was in that lounge and I got kicked. That doesn't really make me feel like migrating to 1093, right? And leadership wise, I mean, this is where, so you know how someone asked me earlier about 1556 and I hesitated a bit and said I'm probably gonna go. So I kind of like, I know Goodfather for and says for a very long time, like a very long time, and especially Goodfather and Saz. So I used to play with them. So I kind of have a thing where I think, yeah, I want to go and play with these friends that I used to play with before. But then the only reason why there's like a little hesitation is I think 1365, and obviously everyone thinks their KD is the best, but I kind of find 1365 being like the most suitable KD for me for playing. Like all their decisions, how they run everything, it's like I don't know whether it's going to be perfect for everyone, but in terms of how I view things, 1365 is like the best for me. Now the reason why I'm not going to 1365 is because I got an account already. Now if I want to be a YouTuber, then 2 of my accounts should be in 2 different KDs. A part of me wishes the main account went to 1365 and the other account went to 1556. But then, like, Saz and Goodfather has been like unnaturally nice to me before, like since 2 years ago, nothing to do with YouTube. And I kind of feel quite, I don't know, quite drawn to play with them, if you want to put it that way. So that's why I kind of didn't think about other KDs as much. So like if I leave, and even in 1348, the KD that I'm in, so I played with this guy for a very long time, very old friend, and like I kind of don't want to leave, but if I do, then it should be with people that I know for a while, because I kind of did a lot of migrations that didn't work out well for me, and that's to do with like not knowing the leaders personally from before. So how do I put it? I think 93 is a great KD. So anyone that's looking for an Imperium KD, like if you go for 1093, 1365, or 1556 or 1254. Either way, you're not gonna go wrong. I think either way, whichever KD you choose, you're gonna enjoy a lot. But then it's to do with like which KD resonates the most with you. So 1365, before I went there, I only had one friend there, and that was Yura from JST, and other than that I didn't know anyone. But after I went there, like it was like the mothership called me back, as in this is the KD I've been waiting for, something along those lines. But anyways, moving on. Mott James Za, hey, thank you for your subscription, man. So now we see 1254 coming in, not 1254, sorry, 2244 coming in, and they definitely have a lot more numbers here. And the fort up top, that didn't get burnt, so whoever was kind of trying to maintain that did a good job. Like I see Baba on the field, I see Bunny on the field, I see Good Father on the field, I see Foe on the field, and I just want to be in that field right now. Actually, this is where I'm so confused, because other times when I see Star in the field and Yura in the field, and I want to be in there as well, but I'm just telling myself, look, you got an account in 1365 already, so you shouldn't think about 1365 anymore. Like I got one there already. But anyways, 1671 gonna zero so many city now. 827.94. Okay, guys, let's go and have a look at that KvK then. 1860 KvK. So let's go have a look. Apparently a lot of cities are gonna get zeroed, so we wanna take a look at that. How are they gonna zero so many cities? What have they done? They haven't disconnected anything. So we came here with the promise of so many cities being zeroed, right? So let's see if there's that possibility actually. So we do see quite a bit of open field fighting. We see one city, okay, well, the promise is kept. We see one city getting rallied and zeroed. And we see the second city that has been hit already. Now that's a Charles Garrison. I don't know what the power was, but it must not have been too high, because if it was a high city, then it'll stop at 53. Now we see one more rally kind of coming in. 71 done some good progress. Now a lot of 55 players probably thought that they're safe. That's why they kind of stopped fighting. I should change the minimap, by the way. So let's bring up the right minimap and go to the screen. Whilst we are looking at the lovely city rally action, we should really follow the rallies. So there's a Pakal Herald going left as well. So who do we thank again? Monarch, thank you for pointing out the action in this KvK. So it was a good call, and we came in and we see a lot of city rally action. Floposo, oh my god. Murad Amir, 1671 destroyed. 1965 1501, and they're fighting 2345 now. Yep, 1671 playing pretty good. Now how far is the city going? It's going here. Oh, this is only 37. Or is it going here? 74. No, it's going to the 34. Okay, we are not too worried about the 34 mil city. Now that city is done. That city is still going, the 41 mil power. ICM Funia, Laughing LMAO. Baba doing one troop debuff when it doesn't work anymore. Did Baba do one troop debuffs? Hey, wait. They said they're gonna stop it. Have they stopped it though? Sorry, I didn't read that mail carefully. Because I'm not in KvK. I know they said they're gonna stop it. Has it stopped already? So it doesn't work already? If it doesn't work already, then yeah, that's kind of funny. But do you guys actually think it's Baba playing, or do you think it's Baba's employee playing? What do you guys think? Hakim, do you think 1556 can come back? Nope. I don't think they can. I think they're just, I mean, 1556 and 1254 just fighting now so that both can drop Imperium. I swear, if 1556 versus 254 in the beginning, 56 is with 90%, they're amazing. I mean, it wasn't kind of like an even KvK, but 1556 did alright, I guess. Quiza. Can't wait for Kingsland when you can't build 100 forts. I don't think this is Kingsland, man. I think this is it. This is very dense. Probably should have ended like already, but it's still going on. But I think this is very dense. I think 1556 run out of steam. I mean, they will make a, you know, a, how do you put it? A gesture entrance into Kingsland. But that's it. $671 did alright. 1671. But then I think there's more action in the other one, right? So let's go back to the 1556 KvK. And let's see if we can get the right map back on again. Yep, do. Okay. Now I think I missed my alliance quiz thing. Does that make my alliance leaders angry? Probably does, but I think I missed it already. Well, it is what it is. Okay, we'd rather watch this. Okay, so we got 1254 coming again for the fort, and this time around 1254 has even more presence. Now remember guys, the later it goes into the night or UTC, later into the UTC, 1254 has increasing numbers and 1556 has decreasing numbers. So what we can see is not full strength 1254, and even not full strength is doing a very decent job. Now we do see 4 fighting here, we do see other 1556 players fighting here, but I don't know whether it's gonna be enough. But then there's so many marches, you kind of can't see what's happening anywhere. I do see a I don't know whether it was the one troop debuff. I do see a Tomiri's skill animation going off in the background, so maybe it is. Murad, 1556 are amazing. Yeah, they're doing a decent job. Nobody, maybe that's the reason why none of the big YouTubers come to 1093. I was trying to think who is there. I don't know, man. I mean, I know I'm not big, but yeah, the big ones aren't there. But then how do we see 1093 often on Flash stream, I think? And last KvK, I think, was Dragothian stream. Monarch, they can flag to rescue 1412 KD. Big migration, sorry, reading all over the place. Monarch, they can build a flag to rescue few cities. Now over here, (1556) lost a flag, but that didn't result in like a lot of city rallies or anything. No. By the way, this time around 1556 lost the fort. I mean, 1254 did manage to get a burn on the fort, and their field presence is increasing quite a lot. 56 does have presence here, so they're still kind of fighting. Jamal, a big migration into 1254 KD. Yeah, I think Captain Joke was telling me one of the KDs, I forgot which one, two main alliances from one of the KDs went into 1254. Now 1254 lost a lot last KvK. They fought very well as well, so hopefully they're gonna be like strong again. Because I'm saying strong again just because they lost a lot last KvK, like power wise. It was removed in the Egypt update. Ah, okay, so it's definitely gone now then. Okay, thanks, man. So no point doing it. I actually didn't even read all the update Egypt notes. I saved the mail. I should go back and check, because yesterday I got a little bit better, but in the middle there was like 4 days where I didn't even play the game. I got my daughter to do, you know, barbs and farms and whatever. Tyrone, 1254 and 1556 improved so much from fighting each other. Both of those kingdoms learned from each other, and now they're both monsters with incredible experience compared to when they first met. Yeah, I'm sure they are. And then because both of them kind of keeps taking new migration in, so say for example 1556 had 4 come in, and I'm sure 4 with his group is a big influence in terms of culture and strategy in 1556. And when Chizgul went to 1254 with SW, I'm sure that was a big influence learning and activity wise over there as well. So yeah. Sky Shinta, who is winning, bro? Hey Sky, 1254 pretty much won this KvK already. There's still some fighting going on, but not necessarily like big fighting. Dennis, I think 1556 is trying to protect all their sanctuary at all costs. Not having those stats is 100% game over. Dennis, you're 100% right, I think. But I don't agree with the last line. Oh, actually, you're not saying you think they still have a chance. You're saying they still think they have a chance. Yep. I think they, I mean, chance or not, I think they kind of agreed as a kingdom that, you know what, we're going to go down fighting all the way. But you're right, definitely. I think that should be like a key thing. You lose the sanctuaries, and after that, it's you shouldn't actually be fighting. After that, if you're fighting, people should judge you for not being smart. Like at this stage you can say, oh, I'm a warrior and I fight even when I'm losing and whatever, but after you lose the sanctuaries, if you're still fighting, then that's like not smart, I guess. I don't know, but again, everyone has their own kind of, you know, agenda and criteria and whatever. But anyways, guys, we have been streaming almost for 3 hours now, and I think I'm gonna call it a day here today. So tomorrow we don't get to stream Saturday, but Sunday I want to stream again if there's still action on Sunday. Now Sunday I don't know what we're gonna be streaming. If there's still action in this KvK, we stream that. Sunday definitely there's gonna be action in the 1365 KvK, because 1365 versus 1846 in that KvK, the next pass 5, I want to say, no, is it pass 5? Yeah, pass 5 opens on Saturday. Now I may actually miss that fight myself as well, because tomorrow I have like some family stuff that I need to do, including going to Vivid. I think someone was asking whether I've gone to Vivid yet. So tomorrow we are meant to go to Vivid, and then I got some family stuff, so I can't even fight in that KvK 1365 tomorrow. But then Sunday I can fight all day. So Sunday I may even try streaming early in the morning, like early UTC, and then maybe even late UTC. So I don't know what I'm doing on Sunday at all, but I should be completely free. So you may see me streaming twice on Sunday, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. By morning I mean like, you know, 1 UTC, 2 UTC, and then again at 11 UTC, maybe. We'll see. But I thank all of you guys for being here and keeping chat lively. The interaction is definitely entertaining. If we didn't have people talking in the chat, asking questions and whatever, then I usually close stream after like an hour because I'm bored by an hour myself. But then because we had so many people talking, it kind of keeps me going. I couldn't even tell that 3 hours is already up. So thank you very much for being there. I do have quite a few special thanks to say today, especially to, now let me go up and find. Special thanks to TSN Lambao for your donation, and then we have Chuck Choi donating as well. So thank you very much to Chuck Choi for Malaysian 150 ringgit and TSN Lambao for $5 in donation. And thank you everyone that has subscribed. So we got Mott James, we got Shona, we got Real Seb, Murad, Lindor, Fahad, Nin Nguyen Tan, and Irfan, and Rubik's Gone. So thank you everyone for your subscription. Thank you for being on chat. If you enjoyed the action, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again on Sunday. Bye for now.